Alright, good morning, y'all. Me and Pickles going for our walk. Anyhow, the beans and bullets of full-time RV life. Well, I don't know, can you put a price on this? It's a heck of a view to wake up to every morning. We're retired. We gave the kids a house, and they're paying the mortgage off on that. So we don't have a mortgage payment. You know, we still help them with the bills a little bit, but that's got nothing to do with RV life. Anyhow, you know, it doesn't matter if you have a Class C like we do, a Class A, or a travel trailer with a truck. One of the biggest things, biggest cost-wise, is always going to be lot rent, which we spend on average $80 to $150 a week, depending on locations, for lot rent. When we were at Soda Springs, we rented that lot on I guess a semi-permanent basis, and we had to pay the water and electric bill and all that stuff just like you do with a regular house. But when we're out here, the lot rent covers all that. So whether you have a permanent home base that you rent, or you're out in the parks like we are, you got to figure that in. Come on, Pickles. And fuel cost, of course, if you're traveling, which right now I think average price for a gallon of gas is, what, about around $3. That's pretty high. And well, we'll get out a little bit later on and actually show you some of the costs. If you have a new RV or an older one like ours, no matter what you do, you're going to have maintenance costs. And of course, maintenance costs are not cheap. Maintaining an RV actually costs quite a bit more than maintaining a house, because things in an RV tend to break more, and getting that stuff serviced is not cheap. You know, like I was talking with John, a friend of ours. He's having to deal with slide problems on his RV. He's got a very nice Super C RV, and he's having problems with the slides, so that's got to get fixed. And apparently they had to replace some floors too. So, you know, none of that's going to be cheap. Ours, you know, everything's already been replaced for the most part by my dad. And our maintenance costs are basically drivetrain related. So, you know, like you saw in the other video that AC compressor locked up on us. And that's going to be $300 for me just to get the compressor. You know, and figure another $150, $200 for the belts, get the filter replaced, and a few other things. So that's all more cost. You know, if I were paying a technician to do this, then just the AC repair by itself could easily be $1,500, $2,000. But I'm gonna be doing most of my own work because, well, the reason I became a mechanic to begin with over 40 years ago was because I couldn't afford a mechanic. Pickles, quit that. Anyhow, yeah, maintenance costs are phenomenal. And, well, we'll get into that later on today. I got to stop by O'Reilly's. I have an order to pick up. And I'll show you all a bill on that. That's just for parts. That's not even counting labor. And Tuesday, we have an appointment to get the oils changed on the RV. And that's gear lube for the rear end. That's engine oil. Howdy. That's engine oil and transmission oil and filter. What do you see out there? Huh? So we'll get that done. And right now, yeah, well, you'll see in another video, because I'll do a separate video for the servicing part. But yeah, RV life, yeah, can be challenging. Oh, I see what you're seeing. You got vultures up there in the tree, huh? Well, come on, dummy. He's always exploring. Alright, so we have no mortgage, but we have lot rent. We own the RV outright, which might change soon because we're looking at buying a newer model. And I don't figure we'll be able to get a newer one for less than $1,500 a week, $1,500 a month. And we might could pull that off. But you still have your maintenance costs and all that. You know, the more you travel, the more you got to maintain. And the more you're going to spend on fuel, the more you're going to spend on lot rent and so forth. The next big ticket item is going to be your internet if you want to take all your comforts of home with you, like your TV and internet service. You know, like I use the computer a lot. Next thing you got to consider is your groceries. And that's always a big ticket item because we like to eat. What we usually do is we order HelloFresh, which You know, it's a subscription service for food, and I'm not going to get into that because they're not sponsoring me to say this. But it's very convenient packaging, and it takes up a lot less room than buying groceries from Walmart or wherever, and we don't have to repackage it. Next thing is about the groceries is HelloFresh. These food subscription services are actually cheaper because you're getting your meals by the portions you need, instead of buying, say, a pack of drumsticks or chicken breasts or sausages or whatever. You know, you only want 2 drumsticks, but they come in a pack of 6. You want 1 steak, but they come in a pack of 2 or 4. Stuff like that. Alright, so that takes up a lot of room. Like, let me show you here. This is our freezer. Right there. And this is the packaging that HelloFresh comes in. Alright, like you see the different sizes of packaging here. Alright, you've got these bratwursts, got the pizzas and stuff like that. And they take up a lot of room. But these little bitty packs right here from HelloFresh, they take up next to nothing. Alright, so you got to think about that when you order your groceries or buy your groceries, because this freezer is about half the size of what you'd have in your house. And the same thing goes with the refrigerator. Everything comes at a premium price for space. Like that gallon of milk, look how much room that takes up in this fridge. We normally buy a half gallon and just put it down there in the door, which it's got a perfect little spot just for that. You ever bought ketchup because of the size of the package? You know, so you got to think about a lot of that stuff. And everything in the RV is smaller. Everything. Except this, I put this in there. But everything comes at a space premium. Like just the size of your paper plates. I buy those because they fit right there. Next size up don't fit. You know, and if y'all remember, if you watched the videos from last year, I took out the cab over bed, rebuilt all this, and put these cabinets in. And that made up a huge amount of space that we gained. So all of the stuff that we were hiding under the bed and under the dining room table, that all takes up a lot of space. Something else you have to really consider is you're living at least a third the size of what a household lives. So you have to wonder where you're going to store everything. Something as trivial as a loaf of bread takes up a lot of acreage. Chargers. There's always something on charge in this house. Always. Whether it's my camera, my phone, her tablet, there's always something on charge. So we have chargers just about everywhere in here. Alright, I have some on order. Matter of fact, I just ordered some here a while back and put in on the dash of the truck. And I'll show you that right there. Because cell phones did not exist when this truck was built. So, stuff like that. Is it hard moving from the house into an RV? It can be, because you got to reduce down everything you own. Everything you collected in past 20, 30, 40, 50 years in your house, you got to somehow try and cram it into an RV or get rid of it. That was a challenge. We gave away almost all the furniture. I sold a bunch of stuff. I sold my leather shop. gave most of my tools to my son-in-law, but they weren't really in the house. They were in the shed in the back. And, you know, stuff like that. Do you miss it? Yeah, sometimes. Because having the right tools to do a job comes in pretty handy. Like, a lot of the stuff we gave up in the house is stuff that kind of came with the RV. Like some of the dishes and stuff like that. So it's a matter of just reducing your life down to by size, because everything takes up a premium amount of space. Anyhow, y'all like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and share the video if you got friends who are thinking about moving into an RV. It's not a bad thing. I love it. We travel a lot. We get out. We see the world. We get out and we see the people in the parks. We see all y'all out there in the parks. Y'all see us. I see you waving all the time. I just love it when the kids come up and play with Pickles, and they know who he is. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's worth it. I love it. Is it cheaper than living in a house? Yeah, marginally. One, you know, it just depends on your situation personally, really. For us, it saved us probably about $1,000 a month. But we still find something to spend that money on, so didn't really save us much. We just travel a lot more. But yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends who are thinking about getting into RV life. It's fun. It's worth it. But it ain't free. It's marginally cheaper than living in a house and paying taxes and a mortgage and all that fun stuff. So you just got to weigh your options, what you want to do, where you want to go. Maybe take care of your bucket list stuff. Whatever. Well, I'll holler at you later. Love you.